I've got to stand up. That's where it's at. Too short to sit down. So quiet now that everyone's muted. How's everyone today? Is everyone really excited? I even wore pink because I'm a little bit excited. Look, I've got to show you. I'm pink and I'm flary pink. I'm like outstandingly bright today. We love it. Sort of makes me feel a little bit brighter too. But anyway, I want to welcome you all here today, and I want to say thank you so very much. My name is Kel Caldwell, for those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. I am Regional Marketing Director, coming to you from Boyne Island, sunny Queensland, and I am going to have a crack at being your hostess with the hostess. As you guys come on, if you could please just mute yourself out, that would be wonderful. And we've just got this huge day packed in for you in one little hour. We've got two of my most favourite people going to have a chat with us today, and I'm really excited about that. But like I said, today's regionals, welcome aboard. I'm so happy that you've taken the time out to meet us here, and it's so exciting because you know what, this is where it's at. You are going to be excited, you're going to be energized, you're going to get prepared with a whole world of enthusiasm for this rank up, rise up to rank up. So that's what we're going to call today's regionals. I just want to have a chat with you guys about the new promotion that's running in August. If you haven't seen it, make yourself really familiar with it. It's in your back office under Wiki. Go and find yourself a workout partner that's going to help you stay accountable and get the things done that need to be done. And, get excited about it. This is huge. There is a world of money sitting on the table waiting for you just to scoop it up and put it in your back pocket. So that's one thing I just love about Neora. You know, they can say, oh, this is what's got to be done, but they always just help us along and just make it just that little bit easier for you to just drive as hard as you can. But you know what? I'm going to zip my mouth because we've got some people that have got some really great stuff prepared for us. Without further ado, please help me welcome one lady who I am so grateful for to have her in my life. She always shows up. She shows up with a hand up in the air, ready to support anybody and everybody, whether it's on her team or the wider field. She is Miss Rhoda Shine, all the way from Nhulunbuy in the Northern Territory.
Wow, what an intro. Thanks, Kel. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday, and I just want to reiterate what Kel said. Thanks for taking the time out to join us today on this awesome training that's going to be gold, and I cannot wait to hear our next little presenter, who is looking sensational, might I add. So what I'm going to talk about today is, well, before that, my name is Rhoda Shine, for those of you who we haven't met. I live in a very small remote part of Australia in the Northern Territory called Nhulunbuy, and I've built my business from a town of 3,000 people. So if anyone ever says to you that, there's not enough people around me where I live, it is really possible to do it. You just need to show them how, because we can build this business anyway, online, belly to belly, however, as long as we're shown the right way, and we've got a great system to do that. So without further ado, what I'm going to talk to you about today, I love talking about what I'm going to talk about. If you were on last month's regionals, I did a segment about a chapter about the slight edge. And I'm lucky enough that Rach asked me if I could do another one. And I was stoked because I'm not sure if any of you haven't read this book. This comes in with your kit and it's the most amazing book. And I thought it was amazing when I first read it. But now when I'm actually, it's like I'm doing a book study. And the more that you read it and you relate it back to your business or you relate it back to your current situation, it is really incredible. So without further ado, here's my chapter for today. So I'm doing, now, I've got some slides. Can I just take over for a minute, guys? Yes, I can. I'm just going to take over. Look at this. Can you all see that okay? Because I can't see you.
You're good, Rhoda.
Thank you. Sorry. I can't see you though. That doesn't matter, I suppose. Sorry.
Okay, no panic.
Radio. All right. So here we go. We're doing chapter 16 and it's 3 steps to your dreams. Now, what I want you to, I just want you to sit back and listen to this little cliplet that I'm going to read for 40 seconds for a moment, okay? There are entire books written about how to set, pursue, and achieve your goals. And some of them are actually pretty good. You may or may not need an entire book on the topic. That's up to you. Me, I like to keep things as simple as possible because simple is usually far more effective. Even more importantly, simple is what works best with the slight edge. Remember, easy to do, and you won't stray far from having your hands on the slight edge. While everyone has a different approach to goal setting, there are 3 simple fundamental steps you need to take for your dreams to turn into reality. Everyone who has ever created success, whether or not they can consciously frame it in the way or use this specific language to describe them, has gone through some version of these 3 steps. They are the 3 universal steps to reaching for a big dream. For a goal to come true, you must make it specific, give it a deadline and write it down. You must look at it every day and you must start with a plan. Okay, so how relevant is this, do you think, to our August promo? I think it just is a beautiful, they will work hand in hand for us to do this. So what I want you to think about right now is what is your goal for your August promo? What is your rank that you need to achieve? Now, just on the promo for a second, you need to make sure and check with your upline if you aren't quite sure what the current rank you hold between February and June on the new comp plan. So I was a little bit confused and Kel helped me clarify what rank that I need to go for. So I'm not sure if anyone else is confused out there, but just check with your upline if you're not quite sure. So first of all, we need to, step 1, write down our goal, okay? So let's have a think about it. Are you going for director or team director, which puts an extra $300 in your back pocket? Elite, premier or area director, $600. Regional marketing director and beyond, the $1,200. How good is that? And as Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. So just keep that in mind. We need to work on our little subconscious mind. So we want to write our goal down. So I've just given an example here for you guys. So this person's goal is, I am area marketing director with 50,000 volume with 1 new BP on the 30th of August, 2019. Now with these goals, they need to be specific and they need to have a timeline on them, okay? Which works perfectly with this promo. And we want to see this goal absolutely everywhere. So what I want you to think about over while I'm speaking is, what is your goal? And I want you to write it down. specifically because you're going to see this goal absolutely everywhere. You're going to see it in your car. You're going to write it on your bathroom mirror, your screensaver, sticky notes. We want it plastered everywhere, okay? Now, as I said, step 2 is to look at it every single day, and you want to surround yourself with it. You want to say it out loud at least twice a day. Now, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. What I like to do is I write it on my bathroom mirror and I look in there and I tell myself, I am Area Marketing Director with 50,000 QV with 1 BP on 30th of August. And I say it, and I say it with conviction. And when I say that, you need to feel that in your bones, that you're really believing what you're saying. Now, I wrote this down here because this is something Jeff reminded us in this chapter. He tells us that by the time you go to school, like grade 1, you've heard the word no 40,000 times. Okay, so we're up against it from the moment that we are brought into this world, because it's quite a negative world. So we have to flip that. And that's one of the reasons that we want to change our thinking and telling us that we've already achieved this goal. I am instead of I will, because we want to trick our subconscious mind. Because if we're telling our subconscious mind, I am, it's starting to think of ways of how that they can actually get it. Okay, so 40,000 times you've heard the word no. So we have a lot of time to make up to hear the word yes, 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 and change it to a positive environment, okay, up here. So, yeah, I just thought I'd drop that in there because that's incredible, hey? So those of you, I just wish I had have known this back when my kids were little, because I maybe wouldn't have said no so much. Well, I probably would have, but anyway. So step 3, what we need to do is start with a plan. Now, we have an amazing system in our business. We all know that, and the rhythm. We've got that plan in front of us. But what I highly recommend you to do is get with your upline or your mentor and really work out a plan of the action that you're going to take throughout August to achieve this promo, to rise up and rank up and put that money into your account. Now, this plan that we're going to do, it gets you out of the starting gate, and that's what we want to achieve. Jeff made a really great analogy in the book, in this chapter, about does our first step we take when we're learning to walk, does that get us to the end result of running the Boston Marathon? Well, no, it doesn't, but it's the start, and it's the start that gets us out of the gate. And it's really similar to our business. We want to plan, put into play that will get us out of the gates for August, working towards that promo, and so that it gets us to achieve the end result on August 31. Now, also with that plan, what do we need to do? We need to do the action. That is important. We can write it down all we like, we can say it and we can see it, and we can have a plan, but if we don't do that action, that's what is going to get us there, okay? So we just need to follow that system. Now, if you want twice the success, double your rate of failure. In other words, get out there, get as many no's as you can, because the more no's that you're getting, the more yeses that you will get in the long run. Your yeses aren't too far away. So I just want to sum it up really quickly. Chapter 16, main points from chapter 16 to achieving your goal. Write it down, okay? And give it a clear description. Write exactly what you want and a time frame. For example, I am Area Marketing Director, 50,000 GQV with 1 new BP on August 30, 2019. Look at it every day. Keep it in your face. Soak your subconscious with it. As I said, put sticky notes everywhere. Put it as your screensaver. Tell your upline every day. Message them with your goal. I am Area Marketing Director. Get it out there as much as you can. Tell it to your family. Tell it to yourself in the bathroom mirror how awesome you are and that you are an awesome Area Marketing Director. And the next thing, start with a plan. Make it simple. And the point of the plan is to get you started, remember, to get you out of the gate. Now, if we do these things, we are well on our way to achieving our dreams of rising up and ranking up for our August promotion. But not only that, have a look at this, guys. We have got such an amazing company that really looks after us. Our founders program, that is still on the table until the end of the year. So you just need 3 BPs for the whole of 2019 of a 500 GQV when they first sign up, and you're a founder of our awesome company. Destination Success, our trip to Vietnam. If you work towards this August promotion, rise up and rank up, think of the trip volume you are creating to get to Vietnam. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty keen to get to that 6-star resort and kick back and have a few mocktails with you all. And again, what company does this? Help us get to that trip. And we go to these events. Events change your business and they change your life. So you need to do whatever it takes to get to Edge in Sydney in October. If you need a hand on some help on how to get there, please reach out, because we will help you and try and give you ideas on how to get there as much as you can. So this is my last slide, guys. You need to believe in your possibility instead of focusing on the probability. And that's an awesome quote by one of the cool chicks on the net, Rachel Hollis. So I really want to thank you for listening, and I hope I didn't speak too fast, but I hope you got something out of that. But honestly, guys, from what I said today, go back and read chapter 16, because you will get so many nuggets on it. And that's all from me, and I want you to have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk real soon. See you later.
Oh, Rhoda Shine, you just know how to bring it every single time. Chapter 16, the slight edge. And, you know, Rhoda's, like she said, is doing type of a book study, I suppose, on the slight edge. And I know exactly what she's saying, because I am now up to the 3rd time I've read the slight edge, and every single time I find something else that I hadn't quite picked up on earlier. So if you've read it, go and read it again. It is just gold. But she also spoke about keeping it simple, the KISS method. Keep it simple. I think the word is stupid. I like to say silly, because, you know, so keep it simple, silly. And she says it's easy to do, and I suppose it's easy not to do. But, you know, just let's recap on those fundamental steps, the universal steps to success. Be specific, give it a deadline, and start with a plan. Thank you so much, Rhoda. We love it. You deliver the gold every time. Now, let's get ourselves ready. I'd love a huge round of applause and get excited, because I'm excited to introduce our next speaker. He's a wonderful mentor, an incredible friend, a servant leader, and one of Neora's top income earners. You know, we are truly the luckiest people to have him, Mr. Puya Ghandian. Puya has a special knack of building your excitement, building your belief. So just chime in, take your notes, because you're about to cop a full-blown injection of Puya and how to take massive action. Puya, welcome to our regionals.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, Kelly, and hello to all of you down under. I am just so absolutely blown away with the format that you guys have put together with this virtual regional, and Rhoda, absolutely blown away. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but, you know, we're 20 minutes into this, and I'm ready to get off and go to work. The simplicity behind what she taught, and the fact that you guys are going out there and really continuing to study the Slight Edge, which is written by the CEO and founder of our company. And if you think about it, the Slight Edge has been used by not just our company, but other companies in the industry, and really other companies and sports teams and different organizations all around the planet. And I love to hear that Kelly's read it now 3 times. I know for me, it was my first personal development book ever before I made a decision to really step into becoming a student of that and continuing to read books on. So I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I am probably going to go in and out with sound and camera. I'm in my car. We ran across several complications after complications after complications, but we're here and we're going to kick some butt. And the one thing that I really want to spend some time, yes, car goals. This is actually my new car, you guys. I'll show you guys later. I don't want to spend time on that now, but I did just pick this car up not very long ago. But needless to say, what I want to spend as much time talking to you guys about is the amazing promotion that Bo Short and Amber Olson Rourke just launched literally hours ago for all the different markets across the country. Actually, I'd say like literally 24 hours ago in all of our different markets, and it's this Rise Up and Rank Up promotion. You look at the amount of money, $300 to $1,200 is now on the table for anybody to go out there and achieve by simply doing what Rhoda talked about. And it's setting your goal on exactly what it is that you want to achieve, having it written down with a timestamp involved, and then for you to be able to continue to look at it each and every single day. One of my favorite books outside of the Slide Edge is Think and Grow Rich, which was written by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years of his life traveling all around the world and interviewing the 500 most successful people on the planet. And what he found is that these 500 people all had about 13 things in common. And the funny thing is, out of the 13 things they all had in common, the number one thing that they all had in common was that they all had a white-hot, burning desire, and they reminded themselves each and every single morning and each and every single night what it was. So my invitation to each and every single one of you, whether you're a baby brand partner or a seasoned veteran inside of our company, and that's at most 2 years old for anybody in the beautiful country of Australia or New Zealand, is to go out there and make the decision. Make the decision where you draw your line in the sand and you set a goal and a target and you communicate it with your upline support team, so that way we know what it is that you want to accomplish inside your business. And the cool part is we know the plan. We've done this long enough where we know what to do so that you can achieve the goal. We can tell you how many parties to throw, what posts to put up, how many product samples to share, how many customers to get, to know a conversion ratio of that. We've been in this business after 7 years, $2 billion in sales. We've got that plan part figured out. And I often tell people it's just like our products. When you go out there and use our Neora Firm product and you use it every day and you use it consistently, just as the instructions say, I know without a shadow of a doubt you're going to get results using Neora Firm. And it's the same exact thing when it comes to our business here in Neora. We know that when you follow the 10 core commitments and you do your 2 exposures a day and you participate in the system that we have and you do it consistently over a long enough period of time, you too will get results following our Neora system. So that's what I really want to encourage you guys to do, is to understand that this Rise Up and Rank Up promo, I've never seen something like this before, in the sense where it's a promo for all of you. I can't think of another person on this call that you can't take this promotion and absolutely explode your business in August. I know for us here in not for us in Australia, I wish I could say for us in Australia. For us here in America, it's summertime. It's been 90 degrees. I want to melt and die Fahrenheit. And the reality is I know a lot of people can be quote unquote on summer vacation, but here's the thing. What happens in the month of August is what sets up our holidays for 2019 and really propels us forward into the year 2020. So take a moment, if you haven't already, to think about, what do you want your holidays to look like at the end of this year? What would you like your 2020 to look like? What are the improvements? What are the step ups in life that you want? And understand that in our industry of network marketing, there is a natural boost of momentum that comes somewhere around the middle of September. And for those of us that are on this call tonight that take advantage of this Rise Up and Rank Up promotion, and not the fact of going out there and achieving it, but setting the goal, planting the seed so that you can go out there and soon reap the harvest. I was reading a quote, and I'll share this with you guys. It says, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. So look at it as a farmer's mentality. When you go out there and you're a farmer, you're not going to plant one seed and then, walk around for a minute and then go back and then pull the seed out and ask yourself, well, ask the seed, why aren't you bearing me fruit? The farmer goes out there and plants thousands upon thousands upon thousands of seeds throughout the entire field, and then he goes out there following it. He waters it, he fertilizes it, he pulls the weeds, he keeps the crows away, he provides it sun, he provides it shade, he nurtures it just like you and I need to do with people through the exposure process. He cultivates it and then bears fruit. And that same exact thing exists in our business. And I don't know if you guys can relate. When I first got started and I heard about this business off of Facebook, Rach, if you could help me with the mute lines, please. I remember when I first got started, there were, I was excited. I was ready to go simply because of the people that were sharing this opportunity with me, right? And because of the credibility that they had, I looked at this as thinking to myself, wow, everybody's going to see this as a no-brainer. Everybody's going to want to do this business just like I do. And to my surprise, not everybody was right there. To my surprise, I learned that people need to go through an exposure process. Why? Because recruiting's not a destination. It's a journey that you take someone through. And what I've learned is that somebody needs about 5 to 7 bits of exposures before they really make a decision to say yes to this business. So for example, it's not needed to go, you don't need to show so many exposures on a product. A couple before and after pictures, and it's really with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there is absolutely no risk to somebody wanting to become a customer. Like I said, 30-day money-back guarantee, I often tell people, hey, I'll ship it back for you. I'll pay for the shipping. And in my 7 years, I haven't yet to do that. So, when you go out there with the customers, understand a couple pictures, a little bit of sampling will get them over that line as a customer. But what I found is for a brand partner, someone who's looking at building the business, someone who's going to make that larger investment, they need to go through those exposures. And what's an exposure? That could be a magazine. That could be a DVD. That could be the Blitz calls that I hear coming up in Australia. It could be the Zoom overview webinars. It could be any of the resources that you send to somebody out of Go Prospect. The beauty of this business is when I got started 7 years ago, I felt like we had no tools. We literally used to take a bottle and hand it to somebody, and that's how we sampled our product. And now in today's day with Go Prospect and all the different resources that we have available, it's like they've taken us from having to build roads with shovels and picks to now giving us tractors and machinery and equipment that can help us expedite that process. So don't go out there and try to just hover around one person and say, this one person's going to join my business. Yes, they may eventually, and even if they're a no, that simply means no. That just means not now. One of my best friends, Tatiana, I love this freaking woman. 18 years we've been friends. 18 years. I met her in 9th grade, 2000. I don't even remember what year. All right. And, I showed this business to her 5 years ago, and she didn't sign up. She actually said no. And because of social media and because of me just going back to being her friend first, she then made a decision to get started, and I think she's up to 9 customers since she enrolled in the business. So just know that even if someone told you no right now, when you continue to drip on them, when you continue to follow up with them, when you continue to add them to your prospecting groups, they too will come around. So focus on this rise up to rank up promotion and convince yourself that it's absolutely possible, because I know that it's absolutely possible for you guys. A few things that my mentors have often taught me that I thought would be important for me to share with you guys is that whatever has happened in the past and whatever goals you have set and you maybe missed, it doesn't matter. Biography is not destiny, meaning that your past does not equal your future. I think one of the most important things for you to be able to be successful inside of Neora is to have hunger, have the desire, have the drive to go out there and make this happen. And that's why I think having a why is really important. And to be truthful with you guys, I know some of you guys have been in this business for a while, but going out there and revamping your reasons why is so key. Because when you don't have the values, when you don't have the reasons why, it's hard to have a purpose behind what you're doing and to have the excitement and to jump out of bed and to have the passion that I have, for example, because I know that every single day when I wake up, I'm able to go out there and share an opportunity that's going to change somebody else's life, just like this opportunity changed mine as well. And Is it like get rich quick? Are you going to get the results like you see all overnight? No, because, you know, you have to go through the rain in order to get to the rainbow. What I find funny is people want crockpot success, but they're only willing to invest microwave activity. What I'm talking about is, are you doing the 10 core commitments? Are you reading your 10 pages of a good book a day? I learned that 2 exposures a day keeps the bill collectors away. And before I was in Neora, bill collectors was an issue. I remember hiring a debt consolidation company to help me clean up all the debt I had, so that way I didn't have to worry about, you know, them continuing to ring my phone nonstop. So having that why in front of you, putting it out on a dream board, maybe putting a 5-year vision statement is so vitally important. I'll tell you what, this past December, I'm in an incredibly blessed pace. I have sacrificed over 13 years and being focused in this industry to be able to, you know, to achieve the blessings that Neora has brought into our life. And has it been sunshine all the time? No. The reality is that, you know, that's going to happen. Trials and tribulations will be there, but remember and write this down. All the power that ever was is within you now. Everything you need in order for you to achieve your goal, you have within you. All you need is a clear plan. What you need is a clear destination. You need some great associations around you that are going to build you up. When I was asked to go out there and write down the 5 people that I communicate with the most and to put a plus or a negative next to them, meaning are they adding value to my life or are they taking away? Are they subtracting from my life? And I quickly realized the people that I was spending 5 hours with, I needed to spend 5 minutes with. The people I spent 5 minutes with, I needed to spend 5 seconds with. And I quickly realized that, you know, you surround yourself with 5 healthy people, you're bound to be the 6th. You surround yourself with 5 healthy people, you're bound to be the 6th. You surround yourself with 5 optimistic, successful, thriving, abundance-focused people, you're bound to be the 6th. So take inventory of what are you letting inside your brain. And that's going to require you to step outside your comfort zone a little bit. And the reality is you and I have achieved all the success we are ever going to achieve living inside of our current comfort zone. So how can you go out there and make a list of the things that are going to push you outside of there? See, I remember getting started and I thought to myself, gosh, I want to call that person. Gosh, I should walk up to that person and share the opportunity. Or gosh, I should really pass out a sample to my coworker. But because of my limiting belief, but because of my fear that showed up, it prevented me from going out there and doing it. All because of, in my case, judgment that showed up. But when I went out there and I started taking inventory and I started writing down what those fears were, I was able to become real with myself. I was able to figure out what are the things that I need to shift so that way I too can achieve the results that I want inside my business. So this is all stuff that I'm sharing with you from personal experience, you know, because I've been there before. I've been in the trenches. I'm consistently in the trenches. I think in the last 40 days, I've personally enrolled 4, possibly 5 brand partners if the last application is processed. And I often tell people that's really hard for someone like me to do. I'm coming up on 8 years of being a brand partner in this company, and everybody underneath the sun knows that I do Neora. And if they don't, they're living under a rock, right? So for me to have been able to enroll that many people in that time frame tells you that I'm doing my 2 exposures a day. That tells you that I'm doing 10 a day and doing 2 a day and keeping 10 in play. And what that really means is that when you go out there and you make that list, and if you don't have a list, write that down as a homework assignment, make a new list. I've made dozens of lists. I have a list still today because my memory, I don't want to rely on it. My Google Docs, I don't want to have to get complicated by it. A handwritten list of everybody that I've ever shared this information with is powerful. But what I mean by 2 a day is to write down, or I should say add 2 new contacts to that list. Whether that's from social media, whether that's people that you meet at your job, whether that's people that you meet at your child's school, or maybe you're in school yourself. See, there's so many people that you come in contact with every day. I was taught, follow your dollar. I spend money at the dry cleaners. I spend money at the restaurant, complimenting my waiter and sharing the opportunity. Going to the grocery store and being friendly with somebody, and, you know, connecting with them, and then wanting to be friends first, and then deciding to stay in contact huge. It's valuable. And from there, connecting with them on Facebook, and then being able for them to be able to see what I represent, who I stand for, and then being able to put up before and after pictures and pique their interest from there. But what I meant is 2 a day, adding 2 contacts to that list, and then 10 in play, meaning have always 10 people, 10 irons in the fire that you are taking through the exposure process, through that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 7 step exposure process that I was talking about. So 2 a day, 10 in play. If you haven't contacted everybody on your list, do it. You know why? Because over the next year, you're going to contact or talk to 100 people. What I found is success like speed. Now, I wasn't the fastest person ever to have success. 13 years in the making is what I am today. And so I can't definitely tell you that I was the fastest person on the track ever. Never been a top recruiter, never been a top PC enroller. I've been a top income earner, but I think that's because I've been such a nerd with these 10 core commitments and going out there and understanding that a system is what duplicates. Our team in the past has brought on over 15,000 new starts in 1 calendar month. And people ask me, how is that possible? That's not possible if it was a couple people that were remarkable. The reason that's possible is because you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that are doing 2 a day. You have thousands upon thousands of people that are doing their 2 follow-ups a day. You have thousands upon thousands of people that are going through Amber Olson Rourke's social media boot camp and implementing it into their business. And I think that's another important key, is applied knowledge is power. See, if you wanted to be the Michael Phelps of our business and you wanted to do it in freestyle, see, one hand is going to represent the knowledge. And you showing up to this call tonight is you rotating the knowledge arm, right? You reading your slide edge is you doing knowledge. You going to any regionals, you going up to the Power Up event, to the Edge event in Sydney this upcoming October, that's you rotating your knowledge arm. But if all you did was rotate your knowledge arm, guess what? You're swimming around yourself in circles. You ain't no Michael Phelps. It's not until you put that other arm into motion, and that's your activity arm. And that's where you take what we teach you and do it. When we talk about reading the slide edge, you go grab it and you put it where you go every day, and you take a highlighter and you read it. Every 10 minutes you're in the toilet, right? If I'm talking about Think and Grow Rich, which you've probably heard many people talk about, it's you going to Amazon and you ordering it and you putting it on your next list of books to read. When we talk about going out there and joining like a book club, or joining a volunteer group at your child's school, or we tell you to go join a knit club or a Pilates class, or to join something that you're passionate about, it's you going out there and actually doing it, so that way you start seeing the results. When somebody tells you to show up, at an event, you're doing it. I often tell people, if Rachel Verdell or any one of your leaders gets on the phone with you and tells you something, they're telling you that for your own interest. And the beauty of this business is that, you don't have to follow the system that we give you, but what we know is after 7.5 years of being in business, and like I said, $2 billion in sales, we already know what works. So if you go out there and you become a student, and that's what I always tell people to do, is to continue to be a student of the business, and then turn around and reteach what you're learning, that's where the magic of it's really going to happen. So big dreams equal big things. So whatever dreams you have, make it tangible. I often tell people, if that vacation you wanted to take your family on, go plan that vacation out as if it was going to happen, and wrap it around this Rise Up and Rank Up promo that we have right now. If there's a home that you want to buy, what neighborhood do you want to buy it in? How many bedrooms does it have? What kind of exterior wall is it made up of? What paintings do you have inside the house? The detail you have allows your brain to make the intangible tangible, and when value is clear, decisions are easy. That decision to pick up that phone when it weighs a 1,000-pound brick becomes easier when the why is a lot more clear. And feel free to involve your children into this as well. I know for me, and from all the mentors that I've learned from, that as you study human psychology, people are driven either by the fear of loss or the hope of gain. And I know for myself, when I felt like my business plateaued, I wasn't doing personal development. When I felt my business was going in a backwards direction and not in the direction that I wanted to go, it was literally me not having a bigger, larger, grander vision of where I want to be. So that way it inspires me. So that way that fire fuels out of me. And the reality is we have all so much unfulfilled potential inside of us. When you get clear on what's hurting you, AKA your why, it will allow you to go out there and find a solution to make it happen. And a crazy story about superficial human powers. And you guys can go Google the story, but there's a grandmother where a car rolled on top of the grandchild and she lifted the car to get that grandchild out of there because her reason why was strong and it was clear to her. And the example that I give to people is I love living in high rises. So I lived in an 18-story high rise before I got into the condo that I'm at right now. And let's say there's two high rises side by side. And for some crazy reason, all 37 or 40 of us decide to go up onto the roof. And we're on the west tower. And the crazy guy that I am, I take out a 2x4 and I lay it across the two buildings. And I apologize if you guys can't see me. I'm seeing a little bit of a low connection message on my side. If you guys knew what I had to get through to get onto this call, I am happy I'm here. But I apologize if you can't see me. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. But if we're on the roof and this 2x4 is laid across the west and the east tower, and I start walking across it, and I look back at you guys and I said, hey, who wants to go across this 2x4 with me? The chances of any of you guys jumping on there is very unlikely, right? You would probably look at me crazy. Sure, there might be one or two of you that would say yes, but a majority would be like, heck no, all right? But if I looked at you guys and I pointed to that other side of that other building, to that roof, and I said, your loved ones are on there and the building is on fire and there's no way for them down, I promise you that each and every single one of you would be across that 2x4 before I needed to say anything. Why? Because the reason why was there. If I told you guys to take out your cell phone right now and you click on your Maps app and you wanted to navigate to a specific location, the first thing, and I love what Rhoda said, and I'm not going to apologize because us echoing each other, because that's the beauty of it. We keep it simple. We're mastering the mundane. But what she said is you need to know where you are. And if you don't know where you are right now, reach up and reach out to those people that are inside of your success team and figure that out. Why? Because when you go onto your phone and you click onto that Maps app, the first thing that the Maps is going to identify with a blue dot on your screen is it's going to tell you where you are right now. Because it doesn't matter where you're going if you don't know where you're starting from. The second part and the second thing that it asks you is the destination. And that's where you have to be very specific, like Rhoda said. You have to have a timestamp involved, like Rhoda said. You need to make sure that it's actionable. And I like to make sure that there's a measurable part to it. Why? Because if you set a goal to earn $1,000 and you got $600 of the way there, you guys, that's a D. Right? I got D's in class and I still got a 3.5 GPA, right? So that's not a fail in my book. If your goal was to make $1,000 and you got $700 of the way there, that's 70% of the goal accomplished, right? So I also think there needs to be a shift in you guys, in us, and in the way we process whether we hit or we didn't hit a goal. So back to my Maps example, you have to identify where it is that you are and get very clear and very precise in where it is that you want to go. And how beautiful is it that the companies launched this Rise Up and Rank Up promotion. And I know right now, and I don't know who specifically is on this call right now, but for example, I know there's an organization within Rachel's group that's running the Drive to Team Director promo. How perfectly synced is that with this promotion right now, where you can now earn upwards of $1,200 on top of everything else that the commissions already pays out. And that's another thing that I got to mention before I kind of forget about it, is this compensation plan I am in love with. You guys, I have been a brand partner for 8 years. My team has been paid $345 million in U.S. commissions in that 7.5 years of being a brand partner. And here's the crazy thing, all right, is that we did all of that with the old compensation plan. And we didn't have all the drivers that we now have today. There are literally a dozen drivers on top of the promotions that the company comes out with that we can drive for. And if I think it would be amazing if everybody on this call sets it as a goal to be a minimum 3 or free qualified. And if that's already you, kudos to you. I haven't paid for my product in 7.5 years. That is the only overhead we have as a brand partner in this company outside of Neora Edge. And honestly, Neora Edge is like oxygen for me. I wouldn't ever be without it. All right. Totally lost my train of thought on that, but that's okay. All right. Somebody bring me back. What was I just talking about? Somebody waved at me because they thought I was yelling at them in the car. What was I just saying? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, just keep going, Puya. It's gold. Just keep doing what you're doing.
3 year free.
Okay, perfect. 3 are free. There you go. Thank you. So if you're already 3 or free qualified, major congratulations to you. That is one part of our compensation plan that if you focused on growing that one part of your business and your team, your business would explode. And I know because I can see the names of who's on tonight's Zoom. Many of you are already 3 or free qualified, and consider this an Air 5 from me to you. Go after your 6 customers. Go after your PPC bonus and make it happen, because that's money left on the table, and I don't want you to miss out on it. And by the looks of the many names I already see on tonight's call, several of you already have 9 customers and more, and if you don't, make it happen. For us, that's $150 cash bonus in our pocket. I don't know what the equivalent that is for you guys in Aussie figures. I think it's like $210, but it's like, why leave the money on the table? It's there for you. Make it happen. And a lot of this, like I said, is wrapped into being what some of the reasons I love this compensation plan. You know, Rhoda talked about the founders program. For anybody that doesn't have 3 brand partners now, set that as something that's on your vision board. Why? Because you have the opportunity to be a founder, and you know, the whole rebrand phrase of a multi-billion-dollar company, and to participate in promotions that everybody else won't get access to. And all you got to do is recruit the 3 brand partners, which many of you have already done, and that literally puts you into a pocket of the company that is looked at as leadership inside this company. So when you get clear on the outcome and you know where it is that you want to go, I know my mentor, and as well as Rachel's mentor, talks about this as our brain is like a missile detector, and your goals are the missile. See, if the goals aren't in front of you and they're not around you, then there's no radar to pick up on them. That's why you have to have 3 or free in front of you. That's why you have to have the 9 PCs in front of you. That's why you have to have the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 of the Team PC bonus in front of you. Because when it's in front of you, like Think and Grow Rich talks about, clarity becomes power. So go out there and really get clear on that, and communicate it with me, communicate it with the rest of your leadership, what it is that you want to achieve when it comes to this Rise Up to Rank Up promo. And like I said, I know it's August, rest next month, right? So much of what happens this month is going to set all of us up and yourself up for the type of end of year you want to have. And like I said, when September starts to roll around, there's a natural pickup of momentum inside this business. And I know that across the board for our business, we're in momentum. The number of PCs month over month is absolutely exploding. And a couple tips that I want to share with you guys, if you haven't already done this before, on how you can convert some of your PCs. And I'm not really the one to talk about how to maintain or retain PCs. That's probably more of a Rhoda or
Puya, we're just losing you slightly. We can't hear you at present. Lost you. Okay, well, you know what? we can get Puya back, that would be wonderful. Puya, just chime in at any stage and I will cut myself off to give you the floor back. But how incredible is he, guys? He is like the pocket rocket of excitement. Truly, he's definitely got me fired up. I'm about to blow August out of the water because he just seems to know how to inject that enthusiasm into each and every one of us. So a few things just to recap that Puya has set you guys for homework. That is, revisit your why. Go in and check out what your why is again. You know, it can change. I know mine's changed from when I first started to now. So revisit your why. I want you to revisit it in the way, I want you to write it like you can see it. And it can be anything. Dream as big as you choose to dream, but go and revisit your why. Also, update your dream board. If you haven't done a dream board, go and do a dream board because it's incredible to have it set up somewhere that you just get to see it all the time. Go and write those goals on your mirror, on your fridge. Go and have them plastered all around the house so that you see them all the time. Make a list. If you haven't made a list, make a list. If you have made a list, revisit it because I'm sure from the time that you started with Neora to now, you've met more friends. Add them to the list. Create a plan, but keep it simple. Be specific about that plan. Give it a deadline. Know your 10 core commitments because there is no doubt that if you implement those 10 core commitments, you are guaranteed to grow your business. It's mastering that mundane. And make a plan, be specific, and give it a deadline. Just talking about making a plan, how do you make a plan if you don't know where to start? Well, the perfect place to start is to find out what your highest rank achieved. If we're going to be talking about this rank up to rise up, find out what your highest rank achieved is between February and June. And in order to do that, I'm just quickly going to touch on it. So get your pen out because I'm going to give you a list of where to go. You're going to head into your back office, sign into your back office. You're going to hit your leader dashboard. That's the first thing you want to write down, leader dashboard. You're then going to hit your report center. You're going to hit the rank advance report. And once you hit that rank advance report, you're going to notice that August is written in the top of the middle of the page. It's a drop-down box. Simply drop it down and go back and hit February, because we want to know between February and June what our highest rank achieved was. Once you do that, go through February, then March, then April, then May, and then June. And you're going to look in the column that simply says last month. There's a column that says this month, the month before last, but just look at last month. And it will show you because you're going to be the first person on the top line. It's that simple. Find out what your highest rank achieved is, find out what your next rank is, and work out the difference. That's where you start, and that's your plan. So if your highest rank achieved is Premier Director, you're going to be an help me out. What's the word I'm looking for? What's
Area
after
Marketing Director.
there we go. Thanks, Penny. Area Marketing Director. Then you go in and you look in your compensation plan, or you look on your front of your leaderboard to see what you need to be at that rank. Break it down. Rachel? Puya's ready? Perfect. I'm going to hand it back to Puya. Guys, like I said, take those notes and we'll hand it straight back in. Take it away, Puya.
All right. Sorry about that, you guys. Funky technology. I don't know what people said. I think they mentioned that Mercury retrograde or something ended yesterday, but it must have just started for me yesterday. I don't freaking get it. I don't know. But we're here. So a couple things that I was saying. I don't know where I left off because I think I just talked by myself for about 10 minutes, which was beautiful. Maybe 5. But what I was going to say is customers that stay are customers that pay. So how can you go out there and continue to not only add to your customer base by driving after the 3-year free and driving after the PPC bonus, and driving after the 9 customer PPC plus bonus, right? Because that's money that I don't want you guys to leave on the table. It's something that I chase after myself every month. It's something that I work on with every single one of my new brand partners. I wish we had these drivers in our old compensation plan, because the reality is for anyone to have felt like they were being successful, for anybody to have felt like they were moving forward, they had to make leaps and bounds worth of progress and activity and results. In our business, somebody can feel like a winner by 3 or 3 qualifying. They can go out there and achieve 6 customers and open up a bonus bucket that they didn't have access to before. And the same goes with the 9 customers. And that just really makes me think of my friend Tatiana, who got started, right? Here's someone who got started with all the belief and enthusiasm and excitement in the world, and just hasn't had the most greatest of starts that one would hope for. But because the 3-year free was there, because the drive to 6 customers was there, because the drive to 9 customers was there, she's able to stair-step her way up to get the results that she wants, and it keeps her head in the game. But it all comes back to why it is that she's doing this business. So go out there. It sounds like, whomever was just speaking was kind of echoing, again, what we already talked about, which is identifying where you are and getting clear to where it is that you're wanting to go. And truthfully, attaching a big, major purpose to the reason why you want to achieve it is huge. But when you go out there and you build these customer bases, and you go out there and remember that when you retain these customers, that's a customer that's going to continue to pay you every month they place an order. And I'm not one to really talk about customer retention. That's probably more of a Rhoda or a Kelly topic, especially with the amount of customers they have on a monthly basis. So, definitely go to them or go check out New York University for that. But what I love and what I've gotten over my time of being a brand partner is when you bring on that customer, reach out to them as soon as possible to make sure that they've received their product and they're using it properly. Enroll them in the 90-day contest, so that way you're already planting the seed in their head that they should be a customer for 90 days to experience the same results that others have seen inside of the before and after pictures. So you really doing that is helping you set yourself up to retain the customer long term, because like I said, a customer that stays is a customer that pays. A few other tips that I think I got this from Rhoda Kelly, I'm not sure, is to follow up with your customer 1 week before their next direct debit or their next shipment goes out. Reach out to them. Hey, your next shipment's about to process in about a week or so. By the way, your 10% monthly loyalty discount begins to kick in from this month moving forward. And really, any objections that they may come up with, it's better that they bring it to you for you to address and save the customer than for them to go online and cancel their ADO or for them to call customer support, because really customer support can't do the job the way you and I can do inside the field. So reach out to those customers, nurture, retain those customers. Why? Because 60% of our customers on the team tend to convert into being a brand partner. So if you want to go out there, rise up and rank up this month, a great place to go fishing for brand partners is probably in your customers, because these are people who are using the product. These are people that are loving the product. These are the people that are getting results with the product. These are people that have a great story to now share about the product. And it's not like they got started for the money first. They got started, they saw results, and then saw the opportunity. So it's a beautiful story to really help them jump launch into their business. So a few other tips on how you can help upgrade customers into being a brand partner is what I've done in the past is I've used 3-year free as a big carrot, especially when people get results the way we do using our product. Oftentimes they're going to have people that they're going to refer. And I often say, hey, instead of me taking that customer and collecting the commission, why not you upgrade into being a brand partner, and then you can earn credits towards you earning your monthly auto ship for free. So that's one way, a carrot that you can dangle out there. Another one that I've been a fan of and that's worked really well is you can go to your customer's order history and you can see how much product they have ordered over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. and I'm going to use US figures because that's all I can think of off the top of my head here, is if I had a customer that ordered, let's say $300, $400, $500, $600 worth of product, I could totally call that customer up and say, hey, listen, I see over the last 5 months, he's ordered about $600 worth of product. Did you know that if you upgrade to become a brand partner, for $500, you're going to get in return nearly $800 in retail or value worth of product, right? And like I said, those are US figures, but what's really happening when someone enrolls as a brand partner? They're buying a bulk set of product at a discount. So that's another way that you can, try to upgrade brand partners, especially this month, to take advantage of the Rise Up to Rank Up promotion as well. And a third and final one that I think is really popular here in the States, especially when tax season comes around, is when someone's just a customer of our product, that's them purchasing the product. That's a beauty expense for them. When they go out there and they become a brand partner and they decide to do the business, what was once a beauty expense then becomes a business expense on top of their cell phone expenses, restaurant and entertainment. And there's so many different laws that now become available, or tax codes or deductions that become available when you take advantage of the business. So there's a few things that have worked in the past if you want to, take advantage of them and use them with your customers, so that way you can run with this promotion this month. And here's the beauty of it. When you look at the compensation plan, when you look at this Rise Up to Rank Up promotion, when you look at the promotion for the Founders Club, and you look at the promotion to go to Vietnam, which is a whole training and topic in itself, it's so amazing and continues to blow me away that a majority of us, 99% of us, join this business to earn a little extra money. But then the company goes out there and continues to pour on layers of promotions and extra cash and money and trips and cars and all these different gadgets and stuff that they give us on top of it for just doing what we signed up to do in this business anyway. So that's really the information that I wanted to share with you guys. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I've got 3 helicopters hovering over my head. Oh, the type of freaking day we've had. But I hope that you leave here with an action plan in place. And I'm telling you, you take what's been shared on tonight's call and you implement it into your business. You raise your hand and you tell whomever you're working with or your workout partner that you're ready to be 10 core and that you're ready to go out there and rock it at this thing. That's when success is truly going to happen. And if there's anything that I can do to support you along your journey, please don't hesitate to reach out. What I do know is that of my 7 years of being a brand partner with this company, I've seen a lot of success. I've seen a lot of people's lives change. And there's been a lot of excitement. There's been a lot of happiness. There's been a lot of joy that came with that. But the excitement, the enthusiasm, the passion, the fire that I have within my belly today is so much more than what it was over the past 7 years, and it's because of what's coming over the next 7 years. And what I know is that everybody that's on this call tonight, by choice, by decision, can go out there and achieve their goals as well. Just understand that you have to go through the rains in order to get to the rainbows. The higher the level, the bigger the devil. And as long as you associate yourself with the people that are going in the direction of where you want to go, you too will achieve the results. You too will be on these calls. You too will be crossing the stage at our international convention next year and sharing your success story and your testimonial with other people as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to the lovely hostess with the mostest. And if you guys need anything, feel free to PM me on Facebook, and I'd love to support you. Cheers.
Oh, thank you so much, Puya. Thank you truly from the bottom of our heart for sharing your enthusiasm, your passion, and your excitement, because it truly does pump us up and get us on the move. You know what, guys? 4 minutes over. We have just done an incredible job. A couple of housekeeping reminders. Our next regionals or Roganals on the 7th of September. Please mark it down in your calendar so that we can have all your beautiful faces on the screen again. We promise to bring it as we usually do. I think these regionals are just outstanding. The second thing is your Rise Up and Rank Up. Go and make yourself familiar with it. It's in the back office under Wiki. Find yourself a workout partner to help hold you accountable. Thirdly, Go and find out what your highest rank achieved between February and June was, so you know what rank you're going for Rise Up and Rank Up. And thirdly, have the most wonderful Saturday and Sunday, because it's the weekend and I love the weekend. Go and talk to all those gorgeous people that are looking for an opportunity that you have in the palm of your hand. Have a gorgeous day, and thank you so much for being here and making the time for it. It's great. See you all later.
Thanks, Kel.
You're welcome. Thank you, Rhoda Shine. Thank you, Puya Ghandian, and thank you everyone.